practice. You more speak Igbo. If no, I look and I am community something. Don't mind the state.
Today, your host on My Child and I, Adesi Kankan, God's Will is my name. Today we'll be discussing a very important topic, because before we go into that, I would love for you to know that My Child and I is a program that is packaged here on Living Television, and it has a way of admonishing and educating parents, children, and people out there. Please do not forget to follow us on our social media handles. You can follow us on our YouTube, Instagram, and our Facebook page. Follow us at Living Television. You can as well go to One Radio Garden and search for Living Radio 90.9. You can listen to our interesting audio programs there. Okay, that is all that. And right away, do not also forget that this is a phone program. You can call me on 091682849994. Take the number again, 091682849994. That's the number you're going to get me with right away, because this is an interactive program. Today is my privilege to be on set with a very wonderful lady, very sweet lady for that matter. So we're going to be discussing this very interesting topic that you will also like. Okay, let me quickly introduce this my wonderful guest by name, Mrs. Adesi Onyinyechi is here with you. Welcome, my darling.
Thank you, Adesi Kankan.
Okay.
Hello, viewers.
All right, that is the beautiful woman I'm talking about. She came with a big hammer to hit this my topic on the head. She's going to hit the nail. The hammer on the nail, on the head of the nail. So you just stay put and don't go away, because we are kicking off just right away. Then I want to ask this wonderful woman today, what is skill acquisition?
Okay, if you ask me, I'll tell you that skill acquisition is the act of learning to do something in order to earn a living. Now we have types of skill acquisition.
Right.
We have the functional skill acquisition, we have the self-management skill acquisition, and we have the special knowledge skill acquisition. Now we have examples of the skill acquisition. A hairdresser is a skill acquirer, a digital marketer is a skill acquirer. You can also learn to do graphic design, affiliate marketing, digital marketing. All these are skill acquisition.
Oh, did you just hear that? Very, very interesting. Imagine what she just said. Let me just go straight and do the second one. Okay, what age do you think that a child can be enrolled in skill acquisition?
Okay, if you ask me, I will tell you that a child should learn skill according to her intellect. Age 8 is okay. 10, between age 8 to 10, that child should be able to learn a skill. At least you start from there, acquiring a skill.
All right. From age 8 to 10, that is when a child should also start acquiring a skill. That is very good to know. I know you are enjoying this very program. I need to know, does skill acquisition actually hinders a child from having a formal education? Does skill acquisition hinder or stops a child? Can it really stop a child from having a formal education?
Okay, I have a double answer to that.
Okay,
I'll tell you yes, and I'll also tell you no.
bring it on.
Okay, yes. No, yes, in the sense that if you send a child to get a skill before going to school,
Yeah.
if you don't supervise the child will not want to further the education.
Okay.
This is why I said that. Because when you start acquiring a skill and you now start practicing and money starts flowing,
Yeah.
you will not see the need to further education.
In your education, yes.
That is why I said yes.
All right.
No. Because when the parents or the guardian now supervises or reorients the child that it is important for you to get a skill, it's also important for you to further your education. You now tell the child that these two things go hand in
And
hand.
pursue, yeah.
Now the child will know the importance of the two. So that's why I have a double answer for that. Thank you.
Did you just hear that? Her double answer it's so amazing. She said yes. She also said no. It means that skill acquisition can stop a child from getting formal education. Then I think that is all to that. I need you to throw more light on what you think a community that needs, in a community whereby, let me just use the word from the perspective of the no that you answered.
Okay.
A community that's, okay, let me use the word in parentheses, a poor community who doesn't have a good school for formal education.
Okay.
How can they go about, improving their children on having maybe a skill acquisition?
Okay.
Yes.
You see, we keep blaming the government, failing in everything we are doing. But the truth is that the traditional rulers are not doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay.
If the facility for the formal education is not functioning very well, I mean, if you come in a community and their facility is not functioning very well, they are poor, it is now the duty of the traditional ruler,
Okay.
be it the king or the prime minister or the village head, to write to the government. They can go through the House of the Representatives
All right.
or the Senate. Do you understand?
Yes.
And then they will now come to their head, because you don't expect government to know everything that is happening
right
in that.
there.
Yes.
Yes.
That is. I think that is why we have 3/3 of government:
Yes.
state, federal level, and the local government.
Yes.
So it works hand in hand. It is the duty of the traditional ruler to write to the government, please, we need your help in this place. Or they can go to educational board. Our school facility is not good, it's not in good term. The building is collapsing. We need your help. Please help us. They will come to your head when you write first to them,
Yes.
because they have so many things they need to attend to. So you keep writing, you keep trying
Yes.
till they come to your head.
Wow. Are you just listening to what my beautiful guest just said today? You keep writing, you keep pushing. You don't need to give in between because they are not responding to you. So if you are a traditional ruler or if you are a local government chairman who understands what happens in the community, it is very expedient for you to keep pushing, keep writing them until they be able to establish this. This is why I'm going to be cutting it very short. I'm going for a short break, and when I return, Marcia and I continues. Please do not go away. Stay with me. Welcome back. We are still on this very segment here on Living Television. My Child and I is the program that we are tackling at the moment, and we have been discussing this very interesting topic, skill acquisition. And my guest, like I told you when I started, has been hitting the hammer on the head of the nail. Okay, so now I will need you to call me on 0916828494. Like I told you before, it's an interactive program. So you just go ahead and call me right away. 0916828494. So I'm waiting for your call while I throw this question to my wonderful guest. Let me welcome you once again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, good to have you, Mrs. Onyinyechi Eze. Okay, is there any advantage or are there advantages when a child gets skill acquisition and a formal education?
Yes.
It is both.
Yes, I call that an added advantage. You know why I said it's an added advantage? Because you have a formal education and you still have your skill acquisition. Now, when a child gets a skill acquisition together with the formal education, the child has an added advantage. After school, there's a higher institution. You don't have to start run through the street all in the name of going with your file to get a white-collar job. That is one. You are now exempted from that there because you have something doing. You have something you want to do.
Yes.
You can employ yourself. You've already employed yourself, and you are about to employ others.
Wow. So are you trying to say that when you have skill, you have skill acquisition knowledge?
Yes. You become a boss of your own.
Oh my
that you even employ another person. Thereby, you've now reduced the number of unemployment in Nigeria.
I was just going to say that. So are you trying to insinuate that skill acquisition brings about a high rate of employment?
Because, for example,
I was give me that example.
Okay.
Hello? Hello, good afternoon. This is Living TV. Please say your name and where you're calling from. This is Living Television. Please, I know your name and where you're calling from. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear us?
Okay, let's see.
Oh, okay. For example,
Yes. For example,
Okay.
take that.
Hello? Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, sir. Thank you for calling. This is Living Television. Can I know your name and where you're calling from, please? Okay. All right.
I want to ask you, what are the benefits of acquisition?
What are the benefits? Okay.
Of acquisition?
All right.
And at what age can we try and acquire these skills?
Okay.
Okay,
That is my question. At what age can somebody acquire skills?
okay.
All right. Okay.
That is my question.
All right, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Are you done with your questions? Because we're going to take it one after the other. Are you done?
Okay.
Are you done with your questions, sir? Hello?
Hello? Yeah.
I said, are you done with your question? Or do you still have another question so we can take all of them and begin to trash them?
Okay. Okay, lastly,
Okay.
what can the government do? What can the government do to making sure that people who can go to school can acquire the skills?
What can the government do to act?
Yeah, what can the government do? Yeah, what can the government put in place to making sure that we have enough skill acquisition centers in our state and in our nation, Nigeria?
Oh, beautiful. Thank you so much. Apostle Howard, for calling. I really appreciate this. Okay, we're just going to thank you very much. All right.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bless you too, sir. Now, while we answer those questions, you can hear what our caller said. So let's take it from the number one. So, what are the benefits? Before we go into answering his questions, okay, I think you were trying to say example from the last question I asked you.
Okay, let's answer his questions first, then.
Okay, then it's fine. So you go ahead.
Okay, let me say he asked 3 questions.
Yes.
Let me start from, he asked at what age should the child get the
Number
skill?
one, he said, what are the benefits?
Yes, but I want to start with at what age,
Okay.
because I've treated that in the beginning.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I think a child, like I said before, a child should get a skill at the age of 8, from age to 10.
All right.
Least 10 is okay for a child to get a skill according to what his brain can take.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
That is what I can answer for that. According to the capacity of the brain of your child.
Right.
That is what I can say to that.
On that, yes.
Okay, the second one, benefit of skill acquisition. There are so many benefits of skill acquisition.
All right.
Number one, the child who has a skill will never be lazy. The child who has a skill will be self-motivated. The child who has a skill can face any manner of hardship because the child is prepared towards that. The child who has a skill can also sponsor himself or herself through.
Okay, I think we have another call here. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. How are you today? This is Living Television. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm sorry, sure, ma.
Okay. All right there. So go ahead and show in your question.
What that is right from not acquiring
Okay.
Okay. What is it that can hinder a child from not acquiring a skill? All right. All right. So we are going to be answering that while you are watching. We're dealing on some questions that came after that. Then we'll take your own on. Okay. So you just hang it there as you are watching. You will get answers on TV. Okay, so you go ahead.
Okay. All right. I was answering the benefit of skill acquisition.
Yes.
Okay. And I said that a child who has a skill can sponsor him or herself through higher institutions.
Right.
Okay. A child who has a skill can become an entrepreneur, thereby employing others. Then, boost the economy of our country, Nigeria. So that you reduce the number of unemployed youths that we have in this country.
All right.
Those are the benefits, the little benefits that I can mention.
Yes.
Skill acquisition. Now, he asked another question. He said, what should the government do to ensure that we have so many skill acquisition centers
Yeah.
to ensure that people get the skill? Okay, what they should do is, like, we'll have NDE, National Directorate for Employment.
Yeah.
Okay, they are the partner for skill acquisition that we'll have in Nigeria.
Okay.
Apart from that, there are also individuals, NGOs, that has foundations where they train people. I think aside NDE, that the government should partner with these private sectors
Yeah.
in saying that people will get skills. And then they should also empower youth, not only giving them the skill, but empowering them, opening that business for them. Do you understand? That is much I can say for that.
All right. You can see the way she's really buttressing all this question that is coming. I know that you are actually enjoying this very topic that we are trashing today. There is another call that came in and they asked, a question.
What can hinder a child from not acquiring a skill?
Yes.
Okay, so many factors can hinder a child from not acquiring a skill. Poverty is number one.
Yes.
Now, this is where I'll tell government to come in.
All right.
Government should make this easy so that everybody can get it.
Wow.
Now, in school, in secondary schools, we do learn home economics.
Yes.
If you watch out, you see so many bakers on the road. That is because they learned home economics,
Sure.
cooking in school. Now it is cheaper for them.
Yes.
But if you tell a layman who is finding it difficult to eat to use 50,000 naira to go and pay someone for the child to learn a skill, it is a no-no.
Yes.
So I think government should subsidize this so that everybody can afford it. So poverty is one of the things that can make a child not to acquire a skill. Then illiteracy is also another thing.
Wow.
Ignorance is also another thing.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So these are the factors that can hinder a child from not getting a skill. Mobility is another thing. If we have centers for skill acquisition where a child can trek to, considering what is happening in Nigeria now, because if the child is learning a skill, you don't also expect the parents or the guardian to give the child transportation fare, lunch money, no. So it will have to be a center where the child can trek.
A place that is accessible for the child.
Thank you. So these are the factors that can hinder a child from not getting a skill, as at when you.
Thank you very much, my beautiful and wonderful guest today. I just hope that you're enjoying this segment that we're bringing. But before we call it a day, we were having this question that we're trashing before the calls, before the calls interrupted us, and that is, okay, I think I've also discussed it.
Can you rephrase the question again?
Yes, is there any advantage that a child gets having skill acquisition and also having formal education?
Yes, like I said.
You have said it.
Yes, it's another, to me, it's another advantage because number one, the child will not carry file and join others who do not have a skill acquisition, who only has a formal education, wandering in the street of Nigeria, all in the name of looking for a white collar job.
Sure,
because the child has something that he is doing that will earn him a living.
Yes.
And then the child will also be a boss that will employ others. The child is also a teacher.
That's true.
Yes, because you will have to transfer what you have to others. So there are so many added advantages when a child has a skill acquisition and a formal education.
Wow, this is one of the amazing topics that that we're bringing your way in the course of this week, and I know you really did enjoy it. As you are watching us, you've heard what my beautiful guests say to us today, that it is very, very important for you listening to us or watching us out there to know that skill acquisition and formal education can go pari passu. If you have acquired degrees, it's important for you to get yourself trained in a skill, because some of the points you mentioned is that when you have a skill, you become an entrepreneur. Not only that, you help in also employing other people. Not only other, you can sponsor yourself for other projects that you want to embark upon. So that is all about that. And she also mentioned something very striking, that when a child has skill acquisition, you don't really need to depend completely 100% on the government or on your community, on wherever you find yourself, because there is something about you that you know that you have learned how to do that will fetch you your daily income, weekly income, monthly income, yearly income, and by then you are not giving up on hopes. My advice to you today, before I I round up, I want you to give them your advice, then I'll wrap it up from there. What is your advice today?
Okay, my advice to our wonderful parents out there is looking at the situation that we have in this country now. Our own parents have made that mistake, and I wouldn't like the incoming parents and the already made parents that we have to make that mistake. You see this long vacation that we have now, instead of sending your child to go and do extramural lessons,
Yeah.
I advise that you send that child to learn a skill as the child's intellect can adapt.
Yes.
If it is baking, if it is hairdressing, if it is anything that the child can do, bead making, okay, you can also get the child to come to Living Television and get a skill here. For example, we have a center for fashion and designing. We can train the child to do makeup here. We can also train the child to learn how to act film. We can also train the child to speak boldly.
All right. My guest is just saying that, of course, she walked in and saw that there are a lot we can do here. This is a full-fledged and a well-loaded organization. So when she's talking about you can send your child to learn skill acquisition, we actually do that here. So she has mentioned quite a lot that we do here. So we also encourage you to come and enroll your child here in Living Television for skill acquisition. If you want to do that, call us at 091-682-84994. Our door is always open, so when you knock, we open and you tell us what you want and deliver it just at your doorstep. This is why we're calling it for a day today on this very segment, and I will come your way again next week Tuesday on My Child and I. Please, everything that my guests have spoken to, they put them into practice and know that is important for every individual to have skill acquisition. Thank you for being us today, and still your darling and favorite station, Living TV. Till I come your way again. Do have a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.